Let's start from the silly and move up to the absolutely absurd. Number 6. Japanese bicycles. No one could have guessed that bicycles would be the most important vehicle in taking over a country. During World War II, Singapore was a British colony. In 1942, Singapore ended up under an attack from the Japanese, but most soldiers were sent back to Europe to fight the war there, so there weren't many soldiers when the Japanese invaded, but they were confident that the Japanese troops wouldn't be able to get through the rough terrain of Singapore on foot. But the Japanese soldiers were in fact not on foot but on bicycles. Not only could they get through Singapore's rough terrain easier, but they could also put their supplies on the back of their bike to release the weight from their shoulders. And most roads in Singapore weren't made for big vehicles, but bikes could definitely make it. Number 5. Animals. The use of animals in war is common, but there are 3 stories that beat them all. The first story is of Harald the Ruthless, the future king of Norway, who started off as a simple mercenary while working for the Byzantine Empire. He was sent to help with a siege in a Sicilian settlement. With the walls being impossible to get through, Harald had to think of a solution. He noticed that the birds flying around the city had nests in the city, so he ordered all his soldiers to tie wood chips to the birds and set them on fire. The birds flew into the city and set fire all over it. The second story is of Timur. Timur was a descendant of Genghis Khan, and just like his ancestors, he tried everything in his power to conquer Asia. His biggest challenge was when he tried to conquer Delhi. The powerful Sultan had an army of 120 war elephants, while Timur only had camels. How could he possibly win? Well, Timur remembered that elephants get scared easily, so he put hay on his camels, set it on fire, and made them charge into the elephants. The elephants started to back away, trampling their own army. Then all Timur had to do was to tame the elephants and use them against the Sultan. The third and final story of the animals happened in ancient Egypt. Now, no one loved cats more than ancient Egyptians. They were cherished because of their connection to the goddess Bastet. The Persian king Cambyses II had his eyes set on Egypt, so he ordered all his soldiers to paint cats on their shields and put a bunch of cats on the front lines. The Egyptians, seeing the cats, refused to fight as they didn't want to harm or destroy an image of a cat. The Persian army went through and massacred the Egyptians. Number 4. Bob the Builder. During the Gallic Wars, a Gallic revolt in the town of Alatia in 52 BCE caused Rome to send a 60,000 men army. However, they were still outnumbered. Instead of retreating the army, Caesar thought of something else. He ordered his men to build 2 walls, one being built around Alatia surrounding the Gauls within the town, preventing them from escaping, and another wall surrounding the Romans, preventing the larger forces from attacking. Now with the amount of protection your father wished he had. The Romans crushed the rebellion and came out victorious. Number 3. The Trojan Coffin. The life of a Viking was hard. That's why it was no surprise when a Viking chief named Haston had died. His men took him to the wall of a city and asked for a passage to give him a Christian burial within the city. When in the city, Haston jumped out of the coffin, ordered his men to attack and pillage the city. The only thing that went wrong was Haston thought he was pillaging Rome. Number 2. U-boat plans. During World War I, the German U-boats were a pain in the ass for the Brits. After all, the U-boats were responsible for sinking over 11 million tons of shipping during World War I. So the Brits had to come up with a solution. Keep in mind, the ones that came up with these ideas all must have been high-ranking officials. The ideas were as follow. Train sea lions and birds to chase and identify U-boats. Get 2 soldiers on a boat. When they see a periscope, one puts a bag over it and the other hammers it. Train seagulls to shoot on the periscopes, or my personal favorite, painting the whole fucking ocean so the periscopes become blinded when resurfaced. And yes, all of those methods were tried. Number 1. Flying corpse. Genghis Khan could be credited with the first recorded use of biological warfare during a bunch of sieges in Italy by the Mongolian Empire. In the 1340s, Mongolian soldiers started dying after developing large black sores on their armpits and groin, obvious signs of Black Death, but for Genghis, everything is an opportunity. He started to put the bodies of his soldiers who died due to Black Death on catapults and catapult them through the walls of towns. Disease quickly spread in the towns, and Genghis took them over without much trouble. This is FigMedia. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'm behind you.